Hello and welcome back to another video, and today we're here with another last to first challenge here on MotoGP 20. So obviously yesterday Joan Mir became the 2020 MotoGP World Champion, so I thought I'm definitely going to play as him today, and I like to try and do last to first challenges whenever there is a race. I didn't do one last week for the first Valencia race, but we're here doing one for the second one, so it doesn't matter too much, it's still Valencia. I did actually record one for last week. I recorded it as Gerloff, and then Gerloff didn't actually race, so I kind of scrapped the video. Also, there was a bit of a glitch with Vinales holding up half the pack that made it really easy, so I wanted to redo it again properly. So we need a hard tyre, that is for sure. Soft front should be okay. 14 laps here at Valencia. The AI in previous years have been fairly good at this circuit. I think actually last time we did a last to first challenge at Valencia, it was on MotoGP 19. I was also on a Suzuki then. I think I got third. I don't think I could quite catch up to Marquez and Dovizioso. But this time, hopefully we can try and get the victory. But without any further ado, let's get this race started and let's see what I can do.
The riders are all on the starting grid. Just a few moments to go, and the lights at Ricardo Tormo Valencia will go out, starting the race.
So our teammate Rins on pole position then. You can see Espargaro is somewhat near the front, but the rest of the KTMs are near the back. I need to fix that for the next Project 20 update, but waiting for the lights to go out here. Lights out and away we go. We've got Bradley Smith on the right hand side. Still haven't put Savadori in, probably won't bother doing that actually. But down the straight then towards the first corner. We've already picked up quite a few positions, braking fairly early right behind Bagnaia. Looking at the inside of Bagnaia, almost actually hitting him there. Had contact with the other Espargaro, Aleix of course, but we're up to 17th. Pretty good first corner. Looking at the inside now, once again at Bagnaia, again almost contact with him. In fact, we might have touched him a little bit, but the AI all goes so wide through Duan's corner. We're up into 12th place already. There's Pol Espargaro, so he's lost quite a few positions off the start. Ooh, Lecuona was that? No, it's Oliveira. Of course it's not Lecuona, Lecuona's not in the race, but we've actually gone really, really wide because that put me off, and now actually behind all three KTMs once again. So we're looking at the inside of Brad, there we go. Up into 13th place now then, Oliveira up next, and then it is Pol Espargaro trying to get the power down in the slipstream, past Oliveira, up the inside of Pol Espargaro, and we're up into 11th place, and Cal Crutchlow up next. Cal is a little bit wide here, we're going to try and cut up the inside of him, and there we go, past Cal, up into 10th place. Miller looking back at us, cutting up the inside of Miller. We're cutting our way through the pack here. This is on 120% AI, by the way. Nakagami on the outside on the power, side by side with Takaki Nakagami, up into 8th position, so it's been a fantastic first lap. Of course, it's always easy to pick up positions on the first lap. It's actually carrying that through sort of to the future laps that is the difficulty. So Alex Marquez, right roll, Nakagami doing a dive bomb, a bit like how we did on Pol Espargaro. Of course, a little bit more aggressive, and he didn't crash, but kind of caught me off guard a little bit. Jack Miller behind me then. Will he be able to out-drag me with that Ducati power? No, he can't. So hitting the brakes for the first corner once again. Nakagami is definitely going to be the target. We should be able to get him through Duan's because they go so wide through Duan's corner for some reason. I don't really know why. Yeah, see, look, they've all missed the apex by an absolute mile. We take it tight. Side by side with Nakagami now. I'm not going to be gentle with him, but I didn't even need to get my elbows up because we just rode past him, although I messed up a little bit. He's almost actually hit us up the back there through the Nico Terrell corner. So we've reclaimed that 8th position. Alex Marquez once again then the rider in front of us. You can see not really getting the heat into that tyre at the minute, so pretty cold at this Valencia circuit. Alex Marquez is actually looking for a move on Fabio Quartararo as well, so Quartararo struggling in the game just like in real life, although only in 6th position, so it's not quite as bad. The Yamaha's actually doing pretty well in the mod at the moment. Oh, we couldn't quite get the inside of Alex there. I was looking for it, but we couldn't quite do it, unfortunately. Through turn 11, then getting on the power. Still just no traction at all from that rear end. So we hit the brakes through Champi Herreros. Through turn 13, this long left-hander. Alex Marquez is a bit wide. I'm going wide with him. We go down towards the last corner then. Adrian Campos. We've turned in really, really early, but it's actually allowed me to get quite a good run on Alex. Looking behind, there's a massive gap back to Crutchlow. Again, a bit of a switch on Quartararo in front. Alex Marquez sort of backed out of that one. Rins was a fast lap, 30 point something. I just did a 30.4, which was quicker apparently. So we are currently lapping quicker than anyone. I looked up the inside of Fabio Quartararo then into the first corner, but because I was too busy looking at the lap times, I couldn't quite pull it off. Oh, Alex Marquez just clipping my rear then, because again the AI goes so wide through Duan's corner when I'm actually braking properly for it. They almost hit me. There we go, through Nico Terol, trying to get the switch back here on Fabio Quartararo, but we can't do it for now. We're looking at the inside of him. We haven't quite got it though on the power. Right behind him, here we go, up the inside. Up into 6th position there. So Valentino Rossi up next. Doing much better in this race than, of course, he was in real life. But he was on the back foot, really, from the beginning in Valencia. So I suppose that kind of explains it. The Yamahas were all struggling, but he was definitely on the back foot since he missed half the first weekend. Well, he missed Friday. He was there on Saturday, wasn't he? But anyway. Through turn 11, then Rossi's a little bit wide. We're looking at the inside, trying to get on the power. Again, that rear tyre is actually really cold, so medium rear might have been better. We're looking for the outside on Rossi. We kind of cut him up a little bit there, but we've made the move stick. So we've got past Valentino, up into 5th place. Viñales up next, Morbidelli ahead of him. So Morbidelli being top Yamaha, which, yeah, it's realistic. He's top Yamaha in the championship, and he won, of course, yesterday. Jean Zarco is having a hell of a ride in 2nd place. But in the situation with Maverick Viñales, we can absolutely blast past him 29.9 there, so much quicker than we did on the previous, like half a second quicker even. So there we go, straight past Viñales. We should be able to get past Morbidelli as well, because we close up to him a lot. We look at the inside to Doohan's corner on the brakes, up the inside we go, very tight on the curb. Again, the AI just goes so wide, easy move, up into 3rd position. And once again, I just want to reiterate, this is 120% AI, so it's not really making them look too good, is it, right now? So through turn 5 then, right behind Jean Zarco. Of course, he's going to have the advantage over us with that Ducati straight line speed. We're looking at the inside of Zarco, sliding the rear tyre. Not really sure why I did a 50% race, probably should have done a 35, but there we go, past Zarco, up into 2nd position now. We've got a little bit wide though, that might allow Johan back up the inside, but not quite. We just hold it in front, so we've got our 2nd position now. Alex Rins in the lead. It's almost like the first Valencia race. The Suzuki 1-2. But I think we'll be making the move a bit more aggressively than perhaps Joan Mir would have done in the race. Of course, he had to sort of wait for the mistake for Rins, because it is a difficult track to pass on in real life at Valencia. But when there's AI with such glaring weaknesses, you can just exploit them. So down towards the final turn. Try and get the cut back. We're going to easily blast past Alex Rins here because he's not taking a great line through the last corner. There we go, up into the lead of the race. 29.5, so another 4 tenths quicker than the previous lap. I'm just getting into my stride just as we hit the front. So let's see what kind of gap we can put into these guys behind us. Oh, I've crashed. That's a bit of a shock. Okay, I wasn't expecting that one. So we're now back on the track, but we're behind Takaki Nakagami. So I was pushing on because I wanted to try and build out a bit of a gap to Rins, but we've now lost the front. I'm sure that reaction probably wasn't great because it caught me off guard. There we go then. Takaki Nakagami, we've got to get past him, then Miller. We've got to pass a lot of riders again. So this race has all of a sudden become very, very interesting because of a pretty stupid mistake from my part there. Up the inside of Nakagami, that was an extremely aggressive move. I'm going to let Nakagami have that one because we absolutely just clattered into the side of him. I closed way too much up on the braking. I just tried to brake where I normally would. But of course AI braking very early again as normal. Through turn 11, can we try and get the power and sort of do what Martin did to Bezzecchi? There we go. In fact, we don't even need to do that because we're in front of him before the corner. So we're up into the top 10 once again. So we've had a crash and we're still in the top 10. Kind of just shows the pace we've got here. And I can see Rins. Rins is not far in front at all. So we should be able to get back onto the back of him within a few laps, I suppose. But it's all this traffic, that's the problem. We'll see how much time we lost on that lap. 34.6, so yeah, about 4 or 5 seconds from that crash-ish. Of course, we had a little bit of time lost by Nakagami as well. We should be able to get Miller then, down towards Doohan's. Up the inside we go. On the inside of Chad Miller, yes, up into P9 once again then. Cal Crutchlow up next, then you can see it is Alex Marquez, Quartararo, Valentino. I think Valentino is sort of holding up this pack a little bit now. You can see the other Yamahas getting away. Viñales seems to have got past Morbidelli though. I think Zarco is having a little bit of a bottleneck behind him. As you can see, Rins is making a bit of a breakaway. But we're cutting up the inside of Cal now, sort of edging him out towards the edge of the circuit, but he's still holding it in there with that Honda horsepower. We've got past Cal now. And I'm looking at the inside of Alex Marquez because we closed up so much. Rossi's now taking a good long look over his shoulder. Up the inside of Alex Marquez, we are sliding that rear end. He's holding it around the outside. We should be able to then cut back up the inside again. And there we go, back up into 7th position. Can we try and get Fabio Quartararo here as well? Try and make these moves as quick as possible. Rossi's going pretty slow. That caught me out a little bit there, because I think Quartararo's about to check up because of Valentino. I was just on the edge of the curve there, I think. I don't think I quite edged onto the green. If I had gone on the green, though, would have let Alex through. Oh, well, I don't need to let him through. He's going to barge his way past. Don't know what Alex Marquez was thinking there. I've just shook my head in real life. Not really sure why I've done that. There you go, 0.6 of a second, 30.4, so we're about a second slower than we were in clean air, although I think actually that was the lap we passed Rins. We did the 29.4, so wasn't exactly clean air. Fabio Quartararo up next. Hopefully we can try and pass him as soon as possible. Trying to get the good exit out of McDowan up the inside of Quartararo, side by side with him. He's going to have the inside though. I'm going to have to try and leave him some space. Around the outside we go, side by side with Fabio Quartararo, leaning on him a little bit there. He's still got the inside on the power. There we go, up into 6th place then. I've kind of moved over on him a little bit there. That was a little bit mean. Apologies. I was just trying to get over to the right line for the corner so I could try and set Valentino up. We should be able to get Valentino through this left. Well, I was going to get him into the left and after this, the one you actually have to brake for, but we got him through the flat out one. So we're now up into the top 5 once again. You can see Alex Rins not too far up the road. Morbidelli, of course, is the next target. Vinales has managed to find his way past Morbidelli, like we said before. We've gone very wide to 11, though. I would have cut back and probably got a really good exit, but I didn't want Valentino to be at the inside. I think we've got over half a second to Rossi behind now, so if we run wide through a corner, we can cut back with no problems. In fact, Quartararo has now gone past Rossi as well, so I think Rossi definitely is holding up that pack behind him. Morbidelli having a look over his shoulder as well. So Morbidelli taking a good long look at us. Look at the exit compared to Morbidelli, and we've got the slipstream. Of course, he is on the Yamaha, 29.1, so I've just done fastest lap of the race. Here we go, down towards the first corner. We're closing up on him, up the inside we go. This is going to be a bit aggressive. Oh, yes. I don't really know what I was doing. I've actually just realised I'm missing a wing, but I've got it on visual only. So that's good. But we've actually got a little penalty because I kind of cut the inside a little bit because of the amount of overspeed I had. I went in a little bit late on the brake, so I tried to just keep it tight. I actually almost went on the grass, so I kind of messed that up a little bit. Bit sloppy, but it actually seems now, though, Zarco has caught back up to Alex Rins. So Rins had that little breakaway. Zarco has caught back up to him again. So we're now all in just one big group of 5. Quite a big gap back to, I think Rossi's got back in front of Quartararo by the looks of it behind. So as we hit the brakes, and yet Rossi has got in front of Quartararo again. And Zarco takes the lead. So yes, they have caught back up to Alex Rins. Rins must be hitting some sort of tyre wear troubles. So Johan Zarco takes the lead of the race. We're looking at the inside of Franco Morbidelli. Up into P4 we go then. Can we actually get Vinales on the exit of this corner side by side? Well, he just backed out completely. I didn't even sort of move over on him to try and force him into that, but he backed out so easily. And we're all over the back of Rins now. You can see how much he's sliding. He must have a soft rear on or something, because the temperature is actually pretty low at this circuit so far. Vinales almost did what Alex Marquez did, but I was kind of wary of that. We're closing right to the back of Rins. We're just going to blast past him on the straight. So we're back up into 2nd position. 29.9 on that lap in the slipstream of Johan Zarco. It's going to be similar to what we did on the previous lap with Morbidelli, but this time I didn't brake quite as late. I didn't get sucked in by the slipstream quite as much. And down towards Duan's corner, we should be able to take the lead of the race now. Yes, we do. Zarco's wide, we're at the inside, up into the lead once again. So that's the 2nd time now we've taken the lead. And it's only taken us 8 laps to actually get to the front, crash, and then get back to the front once again. So yeah, the AI not too good in this game. I'm hoping that for MotoGP 21 the AI will put up a bit more of a fight. Perhaps I need to adjust the way I play as well, to basically be more gentle with the AI. I know that's what I think some F1 YouTubers do with the F1 AI. They're a bit more gentle with them to make the racing a little bit better. So we're 6/10 in front of Zarco already. We should be able to check out at this point. We've got loads of tyre wear left. I'm just hoping I don't crash again, because that would be a little bit stupid. So at the end of this 9th lap then, there we go, up into, well, we're a 2nd in front now. I was going to say up into 1st for some reason, but we're a 2nd in front of Zarco, 1.2 seconds. Let's see what we can do. I want to see if I can try and set a new fastest lap, hopefully try and get in the 28s. 29.1 once again, so another fastest lap, but within the same 10th as the previous one. So still not in the 28s yet. I didn't even see what the gap was behind, but it looks pretty big. 29.001, so close to being in the 28s. But another new fastest lap, 4.3 seconds in front now of Zarco behind. There we go, into the 28s at the end of the penultimate lap, 28.9 then. So we're starting this last lap of the race. I don't know whether I'll be able to better that. Hopefully I can, but the tyres are really going off now. 7.3 seconds in the lead. We can just cruise this one home. And it'll be another completed challenge. Of course, on this game, it is pretty easy to do a last to first challenge. The AI are actually probably even worse than MotoGP 19, which is actually quite shocking in a way. They're a little more aggressive than on MotoGP 19, which is good, but they're not really any faster. If anything, they're a little bit slower, which is a big shame. I'm hoping they can take a big step forward in MotoGP 21, although I'm not holding my breath because they're pretty bad in Ride 4 as well, so just they don't seem to be able to make AI that are too quick. I don't understand why. I mean, surely it'd be better to make AI that are too quick than too slow, because you can just turn the difficulty down then, whereas we actually can't turn the difficulty up because we're already on the hardest one. You can see the lack of grip now from that rear tyre, even though that's the side that should have the most left. I think it's just because of the temperature. The hard tyre really hasn't ever got up to a decent temperature here. 8.5 seconds in front of Zarco now. So we go down towards the final corner. We could actually crash, get back on and still win the race. But here we go then, up towards the line. It's going to be a victory here for Joan Mir in not Catalonia, Valencia. Nearly said Catalonia there, but the world champion wins again. So then in the end we actually only won by 7.6 seconds. Typical AI gap just gets taken down for some reason at the end of the race. Not really sure why that happens. If the AI could actually lap at that kind of pace, that would be interesting. But they can't, unfortunately. So 28.9, which apparently isn't the fastest lap, because you can see that the AI got to 28 as their fastest laps, which will have all been set on the final lap. Francesco Bagnaia in 16th place was 20 seconds behind me, and apparently he did a 1:28.2. I find that really hard to believe. Who finished last then? Bradley Smith, 27 seconds behind. Wow, he was like 4 seconds behind Aleix. So Aleix probably needs a little bit of a buff as well. So I think I'm going to bring out one more performance update for Project 20. I know that's not really got anything to do with the video, but I know a lot of you do use my mods, so you probably do care to hear that. But another fairly easy challenge. I tried to make it difficult for myself. I didn't crash on purpose, by the way. I genuinely just lost the front, but I didn't like undo it, or I didn't restart the race or anything because of that. I just thought, you know what, it'd be fun to try it and actually get through the pack again. And it was actually even easier the second time because the AI was sliding all over the place. Well, at least Rins was. Rins managed to actually still bring third home. Morbidelli got back past Vinales for 4th. Quartararo got past both the factory M1s for 5th place, and he was very close to Morbidelli, so Quartararo had some good late race pace there. Vinales ended up 6th. Crutchlow managed to get past Rossi and get 7th place. 8th for Valentino Rossi then. 9th for Nakagami. 10th for Miller. What happened to Alex Marquez? Dovi was 11th. Alex Marquez ended up in 12th place, so not really having the pace in this one. And then there you go, obviously Pol Espargaro 13th, not really having the pace. 14th for Stefan Bradl, 15th for Binder, 16th for obviously the fastest lap guy, Francesco Bagnaia, 17th for Tito Rabat, 18th for Oliveira, 19th for Petrucci, 20th for Aleix Espargaro, and 21st for Bradley Smith. And of course now Iker Lecuona in this race, because of course he wasn't actually in either of the Valencia races, so I removed him, and hopefully Iker recovers well, because of course originally he was only isolating because his brother had it, but then this weekend he tested positive as well, so hopefully him and his brother are both recovering well from that and are okay, and hopefully we can see Iker back as soon as possible, although I doubt we will see him at Portimao. I think it will probably be Mika Kallio on that bike. That's pretty much all I've got to say then. I hope you guys have enjoyed that one. Hopefully it was a fairly decent length video, even though passing the AI was quite easy. I had to do it twice, so it might have made it a little bit more interesting, a bit longer of a video as well. But like I said, I hope you did enjoy that one. Hope you enjoyed the rest of your day. Hope you're all staying safe, and I shall see you in the next one.